Hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back. I hope you've had a good week and are doing okay. Today, I wanted to take you through my setup of my common planner. This is part 2 of the A5 Vertical Weekly. And I'm not entirely finished with part 1, but I have moved over all of my customization already. And I've set up part 2 to be fairly functional because I've started it this week. And even though July doesn't start until Wednesday, I am a weekly planner person and need to see my week at a glance. So I decided to just move into it a couple days early. So it's very functional. I have moved all of my tabs, and the only thing that I need to finish in my part 1 book is like daily spreads, basically. So yeah, I wanted to take you through. I'm gonna do a little walkthrough, I think, and then I did film some footage of me actually setting this up. I did actually do a lot of it off camera because it's been so warm and I have a portable air conditioner going in my room. I have it off at the moment because it is quite loud, but yeah, so I did most of it, or I did some of it off camera, some of it on camera. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with the footage. You might be able to see it. I might do a voiceover. I might overlay it. I don't really know. We will see, I suppose. But I decided to do a little bit of customization on the front cover. I have some ribbons here. They are from Michael's or the dollar store. I think there's a combination of the $2 store, so this lace and the purple, and then the black ribbon that's layered in between is from Michael's. So I just have those layered on top of each other on the front cover, and it is wrapped around on the inside. And I decided to move over all of my stickers and such that were in the front cover of part 1. I did only have them on with washi tape, so they're very easily transportable. And so yeah, I have this sticker from Sweater Muppets. I have a Conan Gray Wishbone sticker that I got from a fan at the concert. I have this David Bowie little collage piece that I found on Pinterest, and this is some scrapbook paper from Michael's. I have another Sweater Muppets sticker right here. I have my Labubu tag, and then I have my Vienna lyrics, "Slow Down, You're Doing Fine," that I made myself. And there is room to grow. I might add like one more up here, but I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know what is going to come into my collection, so I'm leaving it like this for now, and I'm quite pleased with it. And then we have our year at a glance. I don't know why I said it like that. We have our year at a glance, and I'm really not doing anything with it. I might put star stickers over the months that have passed, but for now it's just there. And then in my previous book, I didn't know what to do with these spreads, these upcoming spreads. This first one here is blank. I think it's meant to be for a vision board, but I decided to have a collection of journal prompts. I'm not typically the type of person who journals with prompts, but sometimes I find myself in a bit of a rut. And I have been talking to my therapist about it, and she's given me some brilliant prompts to kind of connect to myself somatically as well as like emotionally and put it all on paper. So I just need to transfer those over. And I do know that Sterling Ink has some pretty good prompts. So I just need to collect everything and write it down on this, but that's what is going to live here. I have some more ribbon from Michael's, and then this cutie pie I found on Pinterest and decided to print it out real big. And so that's what's there. Then this next spread is the goal breakdown. However, I'm not using it for goals. I have it for my like workout program of sorts. They're all from, it's all strength training so far that I have in here. And it's all from the same creator. I can't remember his name. I think it's Oliver or something. But I'll leave it up on screen so that you know. I'm not really endorsing him as a creator or as a fitness instructor or whatever he is. He just has the build that I like and that I want. And that is how I have decided to approach my fitness, is to take the routines from the people who has the build and physique that I want. So that's what is here, just as reference. And then my yearly tracker here, I am tracking 3 things. In red is my cycle, in green is the days I work out, and then I just write the days I take my HRT. And so yeah, that's what I'm tracking here. So far, not so much working out, but I am getting back into it, finally. Hopefully it sticks. But yeah, then I transferred these over from book 1. I have my quarterly vision boards, and I have my habit tracking. I decided to do the previous 6 months in blue. And then I will be tracking whatever months are held within this book in my typical black ink. But this is my spring mood board here. And then I recently just made my summer mood board. I basically approach these by like finding images on Pinterest, downloading them, and then uploading them onto Procreate and building my vision board, mood board that way. So yeah, that's where that is. And then we get into the monthlies. This is June. I decided to fill it out just so that I had a full book, essentially. And yeah, I don't really want to show you July just because it does have my work schedule and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I am keeping with the same color code. So blue is work, purple is social, and gray is appointments. And yeah, I'm just underlining everything that is written in, and that seems to be the best approach, and I'm really liking it. So the first tab brings me to the current month, and then the second tab brings me to my current week. I am just going to skip ahead a bit. Actually, I can show you a past week just because not much has really changed. So actually this one is last week. This is essentially how I use my weekly spread. I have a running to-do list on the left-hand side. I have my trackers, habit and symptom trackers down at the bottom. And then I have time blocked my time specific events and appointments and things going on. And then I have my daily to-do list kind of in the spaces. And I've decided I am going to change my workout color to green, just so it's consistent with the start of the book. But I am writing what I work out or what kind of workout I do up at the very top there. So yeah, that's my weekly. And then the next tab here is at the end of the weeklies, we start our blank notes pages. And the first thing I have is my books read. So far, I've only read 4 books. I've read Heated Rivalry and The Long Game by Rachel Reed. I've read The Myth of Sisyphus. If I could say it properly, that would be great. I've read The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus. And I've read Agua Viva by Clarice Lispector. All very enjoyable books. But yeah, I don't imagine I'm going to read much more this year, if I'm being totally honest. I've been in a bit of a slump recently, but I do have space for many more books. And yeah, then the next page is my summoning square. I got this idea from Megan Rhiannon, but it's also something that I've been doing in my bullet journaling practice before I switched into a pre-dated notebook. This is basically my bucket list for the year. I still have 2 blank squares. I have no idea what to fill in there. I'll probably write something small and achievable just so I can cross it off. But I have yet to decide how I want to delineate which things got done in the first half of the year. I might do a gold sticker for that and then a silver sticker for everything that I do in the second half of the year. But I am making a very big dent in this. I'm making good progress, which is very good and exciting. And then the final thing that I have set up already is just a cover page for the rest of my notes pages. I have this like printout of a patch that I found on Pinterest. If I can find the artist, I think I'm actually going to buy the patch because I love it so much. It just says, I am a museum of everything I've ever loved. And it's just beautiful. I love it so much. And it's just exactly, like, it just encapsulates how I see myself, I suppose. But yeah, I have that there. I have this memo pad in the background that I made myself. I have a Megan Rhiannon sticker. And then I have some paper haunt moths. And then I just did some silver swirls and dots with a silver gel pen. And yeah, that's all I have set up. That's my last, my last index tab takes me to the first blank page, which I will start on July 1st. I think even though I'm already in this book, I am going to use part 1 for the remainder of June. And then July 1st, I will start these notes pages. And I'm very excited. I'm excited to spend a full 6 months in this book. Oh, actually, before I yap about that, I did move my little envelope. It's just stuck in with some washi tape in the back cover here, and it holds all my printouts. So I basically just print out a bunch of images that I find on Pinterest that kind of speak to me, and that I want to decorate my pages with, and I print them out in bulk, and this is where they are housed. I do also have a little Instax image here. This is something this picture I took on my DSLR, but I did just print it out, and it's just something to have so that I did it while I was traveling, so that I could travel journal and like have space or leave space for pictures that I printed out, because this is my template for pictures that I print. I just print them all the same to have this look, and to be that size. So I keep that in the back there as well. But yeah, I am very excited to have a full 6 months in this book and to see how chunky and fluffy it can get, because I've only spent 3 months in this one and it's already so fluffy. There are a significant amount of pages that are not used in book 1. I've filled up 61 pages. I'm on page 62 now. Out of, let me check, 183. So you get 183 blank pages, and I've only filled up 60 some odd pages in this. So I have a good chunk remaining, which kind of makes me feel a bit sad. I feel like I'm wasting it a little bit, but I am quite excited to move on from this book, and into something new. I think I'm excited to move into this book because I'm not actually changing systems. Normally, I feel a little bit of resistance when I switch books, and I think I've determined that that is because I normally switch systems entirely, and historically, that hasn't always worked out positively for me. But I think because I have really loved the last 3 months in my common planner, I think this is a smoother transition. And the reason why I got the 2-part system is because I don't like when the book gets so chunky at the end of the year. I mean, I love a good fluff. I love a good chunky book, but it's just not practical when you do as much collaging and sticking things in as I do. It just makes it too bulky to actually use the notebook. So that's why I got the 2-book system. And yeah, I'm very excited to move into this. It feels like home already. And I think that's because I spent time beforehand trying to set it up and make it feel comfortable. I've also pared back all my collections, and I feel like I finally have a grasp of what I need in a notebook, and how I like to use it. And so I hope everything goes smoothly in this. I think that's everyone's kind of hope when setting up a new book. But yeah, this is my book. And yeah, I'm very excited. So thank you all for watching and spending your time with me. I hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are in time and space, and I'll talk soon.